Hey. What's up, guys?
Do you like video games? Yeah. I do too. Specifically these ones. Let's talk about them. Xenoblade Chronicles is the best freaking video game series of all time. In my opinion. If you don't think so, then, well, you're wrong, but that's fine. I'm going to tell you why. Because each game has so much put into them. There are so many things to do in each of these games. Like, they're full of these vast areas. They've got like this vast world for you to explore, each of them, and just explore and pick up items, do side quests, do a bunch of other things. It's so great because those side quests in the games, besides two, they're so worth it once you actually do them all. I don't know, it was worth it to me. I also want to talk about the story of these games. The story is, in each game, has a very similar theme, and that theme would be about making a better future for you and people after you. But each game goes about this topic very differently. And depending on how you are, you might like either or better. The music in these games, phenomenal. If you're used to like normal JRPGs where they have like one or two battle themes, these freaking games, they have multiple battle themes. Sometimes battle themes for just one specific boss. You know how crazy that is? Just one specific encounter. They have like an entire theme for that. That's crazy. Who does that? Who puts that in their game? Like, that's just awesome. These games also have each of their stories. I already mentioned that their stories are different in very many ways, but each game has impacted me at a very personal level, specifically for me, that I don't think I could ever express in words how much it meant to me. I don't know how it would be for you, but I bet that at least one of these games will make you cry. Because the stories, without spoiling anything, the story of these games hits so deep, and they just it's like a roller coaster, and it's so freaking good. I don't know. I guess I can't make any points other than, oh, it's so good. Their games are good. The gameplay in these games is standard RPG stuff, but except you have positionals. So you kind of like move around the enemies, and you have to use specific attacks and stuff like that to hit them from behind or from the side or something like that, and it'll either do more damage or inflict a certain effect on them. It's really interesting. Each of the games are different gameplay wise, but they have a similar core concept. Where you'll go up to an enemy and you'll like auto attack them and do all that kind of stuff. You'll auto attack, and then you have to use arts to attack the enemy, and depending on where you are, some of the arts do more damage and stuff like that. I already said that. And that's awesome. I don't know. The gameplay in all of them is pretty good. My favorite gameplay, or my favorite gameplay in the series, is definitely Torna. Torna the Golden Country, which is the DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and that game's amazing. Oh my god, it's so good. So freaking good. You gotta play it. Just play the freaking games. I don't want to say anything about the stories or anything like that because it'll be spoiling the game. I just want you to go in blind, and I don't know how to really explain things to you specifically. I'm just saying to play them. Just give them a try. If you like games that are have super in-depth stories and lore and just world building and stuff like that, just play them because like the world building. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say the world building in at least specifically 1 and 2 and 3 a little bit too as well is so freaking good. It's some of the best world building I've seen in any game series at all. The same thing goes for music, the story, and pretty much everything about these games. These are just like 10 out of 10 games. All right. And if you heard a lot about Xenoblade 2 being bad, yeah, there's a lot of like people say that this game's bad, but I think it's really good, and I am gonna warn you that this game does have some pretty bad tutorials. You should probably look up a tutorial on YouTube to be able to figure out how to play the game. Yeah, the tutorials are really bad. It's known for having really bad tutorials, and also it's known for being a very anime-esque. Like, it has a more anime feel to it, like a shonen battle feel to it than the other 2 games. So if that's not your thing, maybe you don't want to start with Xenoblade 2. I don't suggest you start with Xenoblade 2 if you really want to get into these games because there's like a bigger entry. There's a bigger skill gap in it, and also it's hard to get into it a little bit. It might be hard for a lot of people to get into it. That's all. The easiest one to get into is definitely probably Xenoblade 1 or 3. I started with 3. 3 was so freaking good when I first played it. I put like 275 hours in that game on my first playthrough. Now that's like a lot of time. I know you don't actually have to put that much time into the game. I just put that much time into the game because there's so much things to do, and I just love the game so much that I wanted to do everything, and I didn't even do everything. Another thing is I'm also like slow at playing games, so maybe that had to do with it. But you can easily put over 100 hours into these games. If you're wondering, if you're looking at the price of these games and wondering if it's worth buying, the amount of time you can spend on these games is so worth it, and all that time is pure amazing peakness. All right. Yes, do these games have flaws? Yes, that's true. I'm not going to deny that they don't have flaws. They definitely have flaws, right? Like specifically with 1, the side quests are like very, very fetch questy, and you have to like get a bunch of items. And there's some quests that make you have to find a specific item during a specific weather and at a specific time, which is really annoying because you have to. It's really freaking annoying, but it's worth it once you actually do all the side quests, and oh my god, it's so worth it. I don't know, seeing everything come together with how it does in Xenoblade makes it all worth it in the end for me. Because in 1, right, as you do side quests and like continue throughout the game, things change in the world and in the towns that you find, and that's one thing that is so interesting about this game that a lot of games don't actually do, which is very nice. It's a very nice. It's nice. It's a breath of fresh air if you're used to playing games that don't do that as much or don't have as meant as and stuff like that. Yeah, if you want to check out these games, try them out for yourself. I really like it. I highly recommend you try them out if you have not tried them out at all. If you've not started any of them. If you don't have a Nintendo Switch, well, you have to pick up the Switch or the Switch 2. I would actually suggest you pick up the Switch 2 to be able to play the Switch 2 versions of these games, which are coming out now, because then you can actually play them in the highest quality. If you can end up getting the Switch 2. If you can't and you can only get the Switch, you could probably do that too. That's fine. But I really suggest you play the Xenoblade 2 Switch 2 version when it comes out, instead of playing the original, because the original runs like shit, and it also it doesn't the tutorials are really bad. I'm thinking that the Switch 2 version. What?
Who are you talking to?
I'm not talking to anyone. I'm making a video.
Oh. Well, we gone then.
I'm not talking. Anyway, yeah, should definitely play the Switch 2 version of Nintendo of this, because I'm pretty sure the tutorials should be better on that. I don't know. I haven't played it yet, and I don't even think it's out yet. So yeah, the digital version of the Xenoblade 1 Switch 2 version is out. Oh yeah, and did I mention that there's a new Xenoblade game coming out, and if you didn't see my video on that, I actually made a video on looking at the trailer and just kind of like making a little bit, just analyzing it a bit. And if you want to check that out, I'll probably link in the description if you want to check that out. It's pretty cool. So yeah, if you really want to check out and start one of these games and get into the series, pick the one that you are interested in the most. I suggest you start with 1, and then you go to 2, and then you go to 3. But if you want to, you can start with any of the freaking games. It doesn't matter, because I started with 3, and I wasn't really spoiled on the other 2 games. So you just might not know exactly everything that's going on. You might not get all the references in 3 and stuff like that if you play that first. But that's fine. You can play it again, and then you'll actually you'll freaking get all the references if you play the other 2 games, and then you play 3 again, which is what I did. That was amazing. That just made 3 even better for me. If this video made you interested in Xenoblade Chronicles, I am glad. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!